Hi, welcome to another episode of NOFOMO. I am your host, Woods, and we're here to have another conversation with another fellow trader that I've been following for quite some time, and I have seen this guy grow and start from the bottom with not knowing anything about trading whatsoever and grow into a very knowledgeable, very organized person, a very organized individual. So introduce yourself, Carl David.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be on this podcast with you, Woods, and I'm glad to be here. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in the space of trading for about 5-6 years now, and I got into working from home through different avenues, and trading just happens to be one of the income streams. I used to think it was like I gotta go make money, right? So you go do a thing, and then you realize, oh wow, I don't have enough time to do that thing, or I don't know how to do it well enough, so it's not doing what it's supposed to cover everything. So you have to do other things, and all of a sudden, you're an entrepreneur.
Right, right. I definitely understand that, man. So like I know that you are an individual that takes trading very seriously, and you trade as well as being an entrepreneur and having that trade and work balanced lifestyle. I wanted you to touch on things like that because here on No FOMO, we do focus on having a discussing a mindset and objective of being an effective and efficient trader, and being able to have a work and trade life balance is a very important part of being an effective and efficient trader.
When I first got into trading, I didn't have the lifestyle routine that I have now,
Mm,
so things were very different.
right.
That's for sure. I was a bit more immature. I didn't have a ton of responsibility. So, and I was just new.
Mm,
So I did everything. I was binary trading, I was forex trading, scalping, I had crypto, just doing everything.
mm,
And now, because I've experienced what it's like to be that type of a trader where you don't have a plan or anything like that, I have a plan, and it's very much so around my current lifestyle, which is I got a family, I got 2 kids now,
mm,
and the wife and everything. So now it's a lot more laser focused, and I don't go there to make money. I go there to grow money.
mm.
It's
Indeed.
different. Yeah.
Right, right. I definitely
So
feel that.
balancing everything is just it's a it changes all the time because it's dynamic.
Right.
But I believe it starts with it's a must, and it's I have to remove noise and focus on just the routine that gets me the best results that I get.
Mm, indeed. So like tell me, what is your typical process for preparing for a trade week?
So over the weekend, I actually have a team that helps analyze the markets now. So it's not on me anymore.
Okay.
That's part of the process for me personally, because I it's a dynamic that's different. But once there's a set of pairs or a bias on a certain currency set, then that's on my hit list, right?
Okay.
And I use what's called hybrid trading. It's a model that I've built my trading lifestyle around, because I understand my personality and also my time availability. So I use like software, I use tools to help me trade. So I don't have to be there the whole time, all the time. I
Mm.
just need to make a decision and then allow the tool to do its part.
Ah, okay. So what major issues do you consider when working towards a stable, balanced trade life? I mean, what red flags would you consider that might come up in the process of considering a balanced trade life?
It's not balanced. It ain't balanced. It's it again right now for me personally, it revolves around the family, right? And
Mhm.
I got 2 young kids, so I have a routine that more so revolves around trading when they're not around, when they're asleep or, daycare time, things like that. I get that bulk core of the work that must be done because it
Mm,
just must be done within that 24 hours anyway.
right.
And then the rest of the time I handle the rest of my obligations.
Mm,
So it's really just sacrifice. I can't stay up till 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
right.
like I used to anymore. I guess it's how they say culture shock. For me, it's like a lifestyle shock because it just had to happen, and it has
Right.
to do with the business side of things too because I'm trading, so I
Indeed.
must operate a certain way. So I'm like, yo, 10 p.m., 10:30, I gotta get ready for bed because I know I must be up between my London and New York session for my time frame.
Mm, right. So like knowing that and knowing that you're totally self-employed as an entrepreneur. So how do you ensure that your regular life and your trade life and your business ventures don't overlap so that it does not become overwhelming?
So again, for me, it I know a lot of people are getting in that. I was just actually reading about this, and it's good to expand upon. A lot of people are getting into entrepreneurship now or trading right now, and they're doing a lot of the things fast, right? Whereas myself, it happened over time. I first was a I started marketing first, right? That's how I created my income freedom. That's how I learned to generate cash flow. And that's what freed me from my 9 to 5 grind. I was never okay with that. It was like, hey, man, you got to come here and clock in until this time and then go home and then come back and do it again for like years.
Mm,
For me, my mind was like, how can I get away from that? As long as I can generate enough that I'm good because I was born in a third world country. I'm cool with sleeping on the floor, bro, if I have to at some point. Like I'm cool with it now. It
mm,
ain't a problem. So throughout the journey, it was just like, all right, I'm just not gonna go that path because I can't operate in that environment. I'm much more effective when my back against the wall as an
mm,
entrepreneur, and then I go make a sale. I learned how to sell stuff. I learned how to do affiliate marketing. So made a couple $100s a month, seriously, and I was able to get in a room at a friend's place. You see what I'm saying? Like a
wow.
couple $100s a month, of course,
Right.
and then you do more and you start being more organized and strategic. You get uh I got into books so that
Mhm.
now at least I was able to make enough to where I didn't have to go in to work a job. And it's been like that for like 6 7 years. Like today, if I were to just lose everything I have, I wouldn't first my mind wouldn't first be like, oh, I gotta go get a job because I believe I can make the money I need to make faster as a hustle, as an entrepreneur,
Mm,
right? Making something happen. If I can't do it, I'm gonna find somebody who can and connect them to somebody who needs it, and then make a cut out of that for
that's
sure,
real. That's real.
for sure.
So like typically how much screen time do you typically have? Because I like how you discuss being organized and having a structure to everything. So when you have such a structure that you do, and being a trader, you typically have to put in some screen time so that you can understand whatever it is that you're watching or putting alerts on.
Okay, so screen time, I get at least an hour a day of watching the markets, and it could
Mm,
be doing something else, right? I have to use my time wisely. So while I'm looking at the candlesticks just bounce for a session or learning about the Dom, I'll just sit there and watch it while I listen to meditation and stretch
mm,
because I got to do that too, part of my
right.
day. Oh, yeah. So I'm over here in my little Indian pose on the floor with like a yoga, what do you call it? A yoga roll, the roll, the rolling thing, right? Just they getting knots out of my back and listening to different things. I might be listening to an audiobook. And then
Okay.
what I do is I like to put music on the background too. I put music in
Indeed.
the background and I may listen to an audiobook on top of it, which for me because I understand who I am as a spirit. That shit moves my soul, right? So I
Mm.
literally on purpose would make my vibrations increase while injecting some content that's like amplifying my knowledge base. So then it's just making me like to learn
Wow.
at the same
Wow.
time. Yeah. And
Now
then
that's
the
powerful.
market's going to do what it's going to do. So I'm there, right?
Right.
I'm there watching the screen. I may not even take a trade that day because my trading again revolves around hybrid trading. So I got I'm waiting for certain things to happen first, and I have plenty of time to make a decision. It wasn't like before. It's not like
Wow.
before.
Wow. That's powerful. So when trading full time, we have to have patience. And how do you manage that patience? The because being that you have so many different things going on and you're getting involved in the trade life, you if you don't have patience, then you can't be able to score some of the sweetest trades. So how do you manage having that patience and keeping your cool or your zen rather?
Um, I think the losses over time make me keep the cool, keep the zen, because it's like non-negotiable at this point, right? To break the rules.
Mm,
Um, but to the patience that you're talking about
mm-hmm,
has turned into discipline for me. It
mm,
wasn't really patience, because if you really think about it, I'll sit there. I'll sit there for the first hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. I'll take the trade that I take 8 trades that I shouldn't be taking, being patient,
huh.
right? And then after the whole session's done, you tell me I'm still not patient. I was there the whole time. That wasn't patience. For I learned for me to think about it in a different way. And I'm like, it's discipline. If
Wow.
I'm not being disciplined in what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, then I'm not going to have the best result from this trade, because the trade in itself is a probable outcome. Like we have come terms to that, right?
Mm,
Traders who are profitable now, you know, this is probability, but you're still okay with it being a loss, and you're okay with it being a win because you followed the rules of the framework that you built, that you mathematically broke down.
mm.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. So like how and there was one thing that I wanted to ask you because when we're in these when we get into this trading industry, I know one of the biggest struggles that a new trader has is being able one to accumulate funds, wanting to make money, but you want to make it fast. And we all know that nothing lasts when it grows fast. You know what I mean? So how did you overcome the greed struggle?
Software,
Mm, okay.
software, software. Um, right now, the people are blessed. Like new traders are really blessed to be able to have prop firms available as like their first liquidity objective.
Mm,
Back when we first got started, a group of us, I'd say I'll get myself, right, speaking for myself,
mm-hmm,
the way to do it was to put your own money in the market, which is, you still could do that, but it's actually not. It's just, why would you when you could use other people's money today?
mm.
um Putting your own money in the market, and then going through the emotional up and downs of watching that account go up a little bit and then down a lot is not fun, bro.
Right.
Right? It'll be going up a little bit and then down more. So then what you do is you just like, whatever. I'm just gonna put 500 more in this little bitty account anyway. Huh? What you gonna do about that? right? I just go, whatever. I'm finna take my next check and drop another rack in here, and then we gonna do what we do. Okay.
Mm,
Shit,
right.
take fuck you mean blow my account. Who you think you is? Right? Like this, like, we don't got this. Right? We don't got another bag. That's exactly what goes on to your in your brain when you go down that slope.
Right.
Oh boy.
Indeed. Man. And so like and what markets do you primarily focus on?
Indices, currencies, and crypto.
Okay.
Um, I'd say that because when you say focus, I trade one index pair, right?
Mm, okay.
Uh, just the US dollar for currencies and crypto. I don't really trade crypto. I like to I uh invest in cryptos.
Okay. Okay. I definitely understand that. So like now this last question I wanted to ask you. I ask everyone that comes on. What is something that you would share with your younger self, but before you decided to take a stab at trading? What's something you would share with your younger self?
Um, do some soul searching and go back into your past, specifically about money and finances, and remove all limitations that you had given to you or you absorbed consciously or unconsciously.
Mm,
That Carl, you gotta let that you gotta let that go. And and leave your ego back there too. Cause that shit sucks.
mm.
Yeah. That's what I would tell myself. Don't listen to what they say. You were right the whole time, young man. And leave the ego behind. Cause you still don't know shit
and
at the same time.
that's being straight real with yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Indeed,
Yes.
man. Indeed. And so like this was a very valuable conversation, man. I do appreciate you coming on, man, because I've seen how you organize yourself and how disciplined you are. And I tell you, it is truly inspiring. And I like for our listeners to be able to understand that perspective of being an independent trader, a person that you're only dependent on yourself. There's nothing wrong with going to work every day, but when you're in it for yourself, you're dependent on yourself. You're not dependent on a paycheck. It's a different type of struggle as you're learning the trading process. So I felt like someone listening to a conversation from yourself would be able to see that type of aspect because a person that's running their own business questions the fact that if they be able to get into trading and actually pay attention, learn what they need to learn, and become an efficient trader, and it's very possible.
What I would say to that based on what I experienced on my journey is first, if you have a good job, keep it
Mm,
and keep building capital. Shift your mindset though to take the money that you do make from your job and have that money start investing more into you.
mm,
And what I
okay.
mean is start buying more, yeah, buy some books, get into personal development, which is like, oh, I'm not good at that. Let me decide to develop my brain for 6 months on that skill set that I know is going to help me do this better, which will increase my lifestyle. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
get to think about shit with your brain in life. And that's what most people don't do. Like I want people to slow down real quick and then raise their right hand and then realize that the only person that decided to do that was them. Like if I tell you to tell your left hand, you have to tell your left hand to go up. It don't work like that. Like you don't need to tell it, but you
Mm,
actually told your left hand to go up before the left hand went up. You see what I'm saying? So you
right.
learn to control your body. you realize that your mind is telling your body what to do every day. Like you decide to drink the water or the soda. You do. Not nobody else, not even the wife. She convinced, boy, you did, right? You decided to turn right at the
Hmm.
stop sign. You decided to whatever. You see what I'm saying? So once the person, you who's listening to this on this podcast, listener, once you absorb and realize that you control so much more that you have been led to believe, you really start to create some powerful momentum in your life because it starts to seep out into everything. You start to say, well, damn, I like to say there's three types of people. There's people that operate in a box that just be like reading the rules of the box. There's a second set of people that be like that operate outside of the box. And then there's the people where I believe is the true ultimate freedom that are like, what box are you talking about?
Huh.
Right? Your
Right.
mind, once your mind taps into that, then it's like, okay, let's have fun with this because I could come up with $1,000 a month to cover that bill, and that's my bill. Wow. You
Mm.
start thinking different because you don't allow anything to limit you. You start being solution oriented. Like, hey, today is 2022. You can automate just about anything. And
Mm.
I'm talking about like routine life. We have to do it. Take yourself. I'm about to drop some heat right now before
Mm.
we end this.
Go
Take
ahead.
your phone, tell your friends for like a month. I gotta do this, right? Just to test it out. I just gotta test myself.
Hmm.
Turn all the notifications on every social media app that don't make you ROI, return on investment, return on scrolling. You feel me? Turn
Mm.
that off and then focus on your family, focus on your close friends, focus on that skill set for that 30-day block without none of them distractions and watch what happened.
Wow.
Watch
Powerful.
what happened. Within them 30 days, you will go into what I call is the rabbit hole. You're gonna start looking for stuff that you should have been searching for. How do I increase my credit score fast? Yeah,
Huh. Huh.
how do I trade forex with software? How? Right? We got videos on YouTube about that. Right?
Right. Right.
How, how do I make an extra $100,000 a year with stuff that I already know how to do? How do I build a digital income? How do I build a podcast? Anything, and then you just like we were just talking about, you decide because you have full control over it. You write it down on a piece of paper, right? And then you look at it and you like, I'm gonna do it.
Huh.
And because your brain now is unleashed, you don't operate in the box. You don't operate with the box open no more. You realize you are the box. Then you
Wow.
start telling the box what to do
Wow.
on purpose.
See, now that is what it's about. The no FOMO mindset. Because
Yeah.
we have no fear of missing out. This is where we focus on discussing the mindset and the objective of being an effective and efficient trader. We have no fear. We don't miss out because we don't take losses. We elevate. There is a difference. Man, Carl, I really appreciate you coming on, man. You always have something powerful to say, so I definitely got to have you back on to have more of these conversations so we can really get this sauce out there to the people. So before we go, let the people know where they can follow you on social media. How can they reach out to you?
I'm on social media as Carl David Webb. That's Carl David, my name, and WEB. And yeah, let's connect, right? We're out here just focusing on elevating our minds, elevating our communities, and just doing better, faster, with more efficiency, with all these amazing resources that are available. Like my basketball coach used to tell me, like, because that was like my father figure, he would say, if you feel like you've run out of resources, then it's time for you to be resourceful.
Hmm.
Start using the things around you, like the sticks, the branches, and then make yourself a fire.
Oh man. Awesome. Awesome. Straight sauce, man. Straight sauce. And like I say, man, I appreciate you coming through. And everybody, stay tuned. We're going to have more of these conversations, bringing this information to you to help you be a more efficient trader. This is No FOMO. I am your host, Woods. Carl, thank you for coming through.
Man, thanks for having me on, Woods. It was
Hey,
a
it
pleasure.
definitely it's been real, man. So, hey, everybody stay tuned. Look out for that next episode. We're going to have more coming to you, and we out.